Have you ever noticed how easily we get disturbed? A small comment from someone ruins our entire day. A minor delay and our patience collapses. One rejection, and we start questioning our worth. We live in a world where everything demands a reaction. Social media, relationships, work pressure, all competing to shake your mind. And most people live exactly like that, constantly reacting. But Swami Vivekananda said something radically different. He said, "The moment you let things disturb you, you give your power away." Let that sink in. Every time you get irritated, angry, or hurt by someone's words, you're handing over your inner control to them. You are saying, "Here, take my peace." Today, I want to show you how to reverse that. How to build a mind so steady, so centered, that no circumstance, no insult, no chaos can shake it. This isn't about pretending. It's about transforming. Let's begin. Most people think peace means escaping noise. But real peace is being calm in the middle of noise. Vivekananda once said, "The calm man is not the man who is dull. He is the man whose nerves are like steel, whose energy is perfectly controlled." That's the real secret, not suppression, but control. Think about this. When a storm hits the ocean, the waves on the surface go wild. But deep down, the water remains still. That's what mastery looks like. Your mind too has layers. At the surface are your reactions: anger, irritation, jealousy. Beneath that lies something far deeper: your awareness. The goal is to live from that deeper layer, to act, not react, to respond, not explode. Vivekananda trained himself exactly like this. He faced constant criticism, poverty, humiliation, but he never let it define him. Once, when a man insulted him in public, he simply smiled and said, "You have spoken your mind and I have heard it. Now the matter is closed." That's not arrogance, that's freedom. At first glance, act as if nothing bothers you sounds like pretense, but what Vivekananda meant was far deeper. He meant, start training your mind to detach from outcomes. The act is not fake. It's a practice that rewires your nervous system. Let's understand this with a story. Once a disciple asked Swamiji, "How can I remain calm when people around me are unjust or cruel?" Vivekananda said, "Stand firm like a rock. Let the waves dash against it. They will fall back powerless. The more you stand unshaken, the stronger you become." This is the essence of the mantra. Act calm until calmness becomes your nature. At first, you'll have to remind yourself consciously. You'll feel emotions rising, but instead of reacting, you'll breathe and say, "Let me not lose myself." And slowly, the acting becomes being. You're no longer pretending, you are that calm, centered presence. That's why Vivekananda said, "Resist not evil, face it boldly." He didn't mean tolerate injustice. He meant, don't let evil enter your mind. Don't give the outer world the power to disturb your inner world. When something provokes you, here's what happens inside. Your amygdala fires, adrenaline surges, heart rate spikes, and the body prepares to fight or flee. But if you consciously stay still, you interrupt that loop. Over time, your nervous system learns that you are in charge. And this is where spiritual strength begins. Vivekananda's entire philosophy was about mastering this internal mechanism, turning reaction into reflection and chaos into composure. He said, "The greatest sin is to think yourself weak. And losing your temper, being easily disturbed, that's weakness disguised as strength. True strength is the ability to smile when everything is falling apart. Not out of denial, but out of awareness." Let's make this practical. How do you live like this in a world that constantly tests you? Vivekananda would say, start small, but start sincerely. Here's your 3-step practice inspired by his teaching. 1. Observe without reacting. Throughout the day, whenever something annoys you, a rude colleague, traffic, bad news, just notice it. Don't suppress the emotion. Don't explode either. Simply breathe and say in your mind, "I see you, but you don't control me." At first, you'll fail often. But that's okay. Every failure is awareness growing stronger. 2. Detach your identity. Vivekananda said, "The world is like a gymnasium where we come to strengthen ourselves. If someone insults you, it's not about you, it's just a test. A mirror reflecting whether you've learned to stay centered or not. Say to yourself, 'This is my training ground.' That one sentence turns irritation into opportunity. 3. Act calm, even when you don't feel calm. This is the key. Even if your mind is stormy, keep your body language composed. Speak slowly, smile gently, walk with awareness, because your outer behavior sends signals back to your brain. telling it, I'm safe, I'm in control. Soon you won't have to act anymore. You'll genuinely become that calm. There's a powerful incident from Vivekananda's life that shows this vividly. In 1893, when he was traveling across America, he faced constant prejudice, an Indian monk in a foreign land, mocked, doubted, and often ignored. But he never complained. Once, when a man shouted racial slurs at him on the street, Vivekananda simply bowed slightly and kept walking. When a student later asked how he could remain silent, Swamiji said, "Would you be angry if a dog barked at you? You simply go your way." That's not ego. That's detachment born of clarity. He saw beyond the surface. He saw ignorance, not evil. And that's the power of acting as if nothing bothers you. Because truthfully, nothing can bother you unless you let it in. Now imagine bringing this mindset into your daily life. When your colleague gossips about you, you smile and move on. When someone disrespects you, you respond with dignity, not drama. When plans fail, you simply adapt and continue. Suddenly, you're not playing the world's emotional game anymore. You've moved to a higher plane, the plane of awareness. And something magical happens. People start respecting you more. Because unreactive energy radiates power. You become the calm center others look up to. Vivekananda believed this is what makes a true leader, not domination, but composure in chaos. He said, the sign of greatness is when nothing disturbs you outwardly and nothing corrupts you inwardly. But let's be clear, detachment is not apathy. It's not, I don't care. It's, I care deeply, but I refuse to lose myself. You can still love, work hard, and chase goals. Just don't let failure, praise, or criticism control your inner climate. Swamiji used to say, work like a master, not like a slave. That means do everything with full heart, but when the result comes, smile, accept, and move on. Because when you expect less and express more, peace naturally follows. Let's be honest, life will keep testing you. People will misunderstand you, plans will collapse, emotions will rise. But every test is a teacher. When you remain calm during a storm, you don't just survive, you upgrade your consciousness. You learn that no one can truly hurt you. Only your reactions can. And when you stop reacting, you break the loop of suffering. That's why Vivekananda said, stand up, be bold and be strong. Take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders. Because when you take responsibility for your inner state, you reclaim the throne of your mind. Inside every human being there's a lion. Majestic, silent, powerful. But most of us live like sheep, reacting to every shadow. Vivekananda's teachings were about awakening that lion. Not by roaring, but by realizing your strength doesn't depend on others' approval. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you are whispering to your soul, I am the lion, not the sheep. And that belief alone changes everything. The world suddenly feels lighter because you're no longer chained to it. You start enjoying life, even with its imperfections, because peace isn't out there, it's in your stillness. Let's make this a daily challenge. For the next 7 days, practice this simple routine. Morning, when you wake up, sit still for 2 minutes. Say to yourself, today, nothing will shake me. Visualize your mind like a mountain, tall, calm, unmovable. During the day, whenever something irritates you, pause, take 1 deep breath and ask, is this worth losing my peace over? 99% of the time, the answer will be no. Night, before sleeping, write down 1 situation where you stayed calm despite difficulty. That's your victory log. Within a week, you'll notice a shift. Less anxiety, fewer emotional hangovers, more clarity. That's not coincidence. That's inner mastery taking root. Remember this. You don't need to control the world to be at peace. You only need to control your mind. Acting as if nothing bothers you isn't pretending. It's training your mind to stop reacting. Over time, that act becomes authenticity. You become untouchable. Not because you don't feel, but because you feel everything deeply. And still stay centered. As Vivekananda said, the great secret of true success, of true happiness, is this. The man or woman who asks for no return, who is perfectly unselfish, is the most successful. When you stop letting the outer world dictate your inner weather, you've already won the greatest victory. So today, when life throws chaos at you, pause for a second, smile, and whisper within, I choose peace. Because in that moment, you are no longer the puppet of the world. You are the master of yourself. And that, my friend, is true freedom. Now take a deep breath. Let the calmness settle in your chest. Repeat after me. Nothing can disturb me unless I allow it. Comment that below. Let it be your affirmation today. Because as Swami Vivekananda proved, when your mind bows to nothing, the whole universe bows to you.